Hi there, Kristen here. So today I want to talk again a little bit more about how we can take care of ourselves while we're doing a lot of the digital work and while we're doing a lot of Zoomy meetings. I think for me, one of the first things that kind of comes up is how am I sitting while I'm taking these calls? What am I sitting on? Where am I sitting? How do I feel in the space that I'm at? Sometimes I want to be closer to the ground, and so sitting on the ground is really helpful for me. It makes me feel grounded, makes me feel supported. I'll find a wall that I can lean up against. For some people, sitting on the ground is not comfortable at all, and so we're going to be in a chair. And so thinking about, is that chair comfortable? Do we need a cushion? When we're sitting, are our feet firmly planted, or are we kind of leaning on one side or the other? Being able to be very rooted and planted in our seat can make a huge difference as far as feeling grounded and present in the conversation that's happening. If we start to kind of lean too far to one side, put one weight really far here, it can just create feelings of imbalance, which can lead to feelings of overwhelm, and can just really take us out of our power when we're really trying to stay present. The other questions that are really good are how are our shoulders? How's our neck feeling? When we're sitting, are we really tight? Are we letting ourselves relax a little bit? Are we being aware of our neck? Other questions just about how we sit during the Zoom meetings is do we give ourselves permission to move, or do we feel like we have to be a statue during the whole call? Do we give ourselves a little bit permission to kind of fidget around a little bit, or do we feel like we have to be stone still? I think it's really important to just kind of notice how we're showing up and give ourselves a little bit of permission to move a little bit. I think that's something really beautiful that's happening because of all of these new creative ways of working, is that we are blurring more and more the line between what is professional and what is not. And I hope that gone are the days when the only way to be professional is to be a statue, and that we can lean into professionalism that is a little bit more fluid and flowy and allows for the full being of ourself. And so I invite you to just kind of notice when you're doing these calls, how are you sitting? Are you giving yourself permission to really ground? Are your feet planted? Are you keeping your feet up? Do you cross your legs? Do you like your feet up in your lap? There's no really wrong here. It's just about noticing how you sit. Sometimes I find myself really scrunched up and tight, and that makes me feel safe. I'll pull my legs up into me or cross my legs, and that feels really comforting to get in that kind of fetal position. And I also recognize that that can kind of close me off to opening up to new things, and it can just make me feel really small, when more often than not I feel more powerful when I take up a little bit more space. And so letting myself put my feet on the ground, plant my legs firmly, sit a little wider, right? It just really just changes how my energy feels. So I invite you to just notice that, right? There's no right or wrong. It's just noticing how we're showing up and just being really aware of ourselves. Because if we try to sit and be perfect statues, it's very likely that we're going to be having a lot of tension and tightness in our bodies. And just giving ourselves a little permission for fluidity can just help to dissipate some of that tension. Awesome. Well, I'd love to hear from you. I hope this is a helpful little tip for all the Zoomies. All right. Bye.